Hi everyone, today I'm testing for you the Rode VideoMic NTG and I tell you why I bought it. Hang on. Okay, so what's in the carton? So here we have the microphone. It comes, of course, with a wind protection as well. I will explain you different functions. You have two buttons. There's a power on button, but this also serves as reduction of the decibel, so you can actually reduce the signal on minus 20 decibels. So that means if you go on a podcasting setup, I mean when you have the microphone here, or even having it as a boomer here, you can reduce the signal quite significant. Then on top what you have is you can also cut some frequencies. You can cut the signal or the frequency at 75 Hertz. The same with 150, and then you have actually a kind of a high pass filter here. So if you are using something like this here, the cat, it reduces a lot of the high frequency. So this one actually lifts up the high frequency so that the sound is not so bassy, so dumb. So let's see. I have to try it out and I will do some comparison here. Nice. Then on the side you have the mini jack. So you can connect it directly to your input, put it on top of your camera, and you can connect it directly to your camera. And then on the other side you have the USB port, which then allows you, like I said, to connect it to your computer. And I saw some videos on it. Apparently it works wonderful, especially for Zoom meetings and Teams and Skype and name it all. So it's quite cool. So what else is in the package? You have a manual, warranty card, then you have the mini jack cable. What's nice, well, I read it, so didn't try it yet. Let's open it. Oh, come on. So what's nice is, you see, cable is stiff, so this allows you later, when you have it actually plugged in the microphone, you can actually, you see, you can nicely pass it through. You can clip it here in the cable holder, and then it's not fluffing and wobbling around. So you see, it stays as it is, and that's quite nice. Well thought through, I think. Okay, what else? There should be normally somewhere. And you have a USB-C to USB 3, I believe, connector. So this serves for your broadcast connections. Let me have a look. Oh, it's nice. You can see here. So it's kind of a stereo mic, but, and that's a nice thing actually, you have the possibilities to tell it to record on 2 different channels. So you have a main channel at the volume which you wanted to record, but then also the minus 20 decibel channel. This is actually good. If you all of a sudden you come to a situation where there's a bang or someone is shouting, you can go back to the other channel to use it for your video editing. Quite cool. So I would say let's go into the tests. So what's nice about the NTG is actually, you know, with an adapter I can plug it to my iPhone, because I will film quite a few sequences here with my iPhone, and it will recognize automatically that it's an iPhone, as it does with recognition of a camera, and it, of course, the same with a computer. This I find really cool, because then it knows if it has to use minus 20 decibel or use a full spectrum. So we're testing out now. So I set up my camera facing the lake, so there will be water noises and background noises. What I also did, you can see on the floor, I put some distances, so like this, we make sure that for both microphones we stay on the same distance. Well, it's not very fancy, but it will help. And I would say, let's dive in the test. So this is the first test with the VideoMicro, so the small microphone. I'm on the first distance here, and I'm moving over now to the second one. So this is now the second distance. It's a VideoMicro. And then we are moving to the third one. That's the third distance. So I'm personally really excited to see what the results will be. So I swapped now to the NTG. What's great, I forgot to mention, the NTG actually switches on and off automatically when you switch on and off the camera. So that's very handy, because if you forget to switch off the microphone and you move on, or you leave it in the bag, after 4 hours it's empty probably. Or yeah, you don't want to have this. What I did as well now for the NTG, I set the microphone input level of the camera to the lowest point, because with the amplifier of the microphone itself, I'm most likely having a much better sound and less noises. So let's see, we will see after editing. So I'm on the first distance here, moving on to the second one, a bit further away. The level looks nice from here. I believe we are catching even more water noises now, because the microphone itself is much more sensitive. So, and we are moving to the third point. Hello, hope you can still see me. I'm trying not to raise my voice so that the camera and the microphone take exactly same amount like before. So now I have the VideoMicro on my camera, and on purpose I have the motorway behind me. There's a, well, it's not very busy. Well, it is busy because there's a kind of a traffic jam. But just to show how this microphone is not just taking my voice, but also noise from the car. So I turn around now, so now the motorway is behind the camera. I just have the road behind me. And a train, very nice. So I switch now to the NTG and see how the NTG is filtering side noises, or maybe even taking it more on. So now I'm filming with the NTG, still having the motorway behind me, where it's not very busy. Most likely the main road is even noisier than the motorway at the moment. So I again turn around and let's see if... Okay, there's a car passing by, that's good. So now we go home and we compare all these videos in the editing. So now we are in a rather quiet environment. I have again the the small microphone on top of the GH5. I believe for vlogging style like this, where you hold your microphone close to your face, it's probably far enough, and it gives good results, and I was happy until today. Yet I didn't compare the audio files with the NTG. We will see this now. So I'm swapping now to the NTG. So I have the NTG now on top of the GH5. Again, I put the microphone volume in camera on the lowest possible, so that I could actually increase the volume on the NTG. Again, it should have a much cleaner and noiseless sound than with the micro. Yeah, let's see. It looks of course a little bit bigger on the camera, but Let's see how it is like. What I'm also doing now is I want to show you the differences when you cut the frequencies at 75, 150, and I'm currently actually on the high pass. So this is now cut at 75 Hertz. I talk just nonsense so that you can just compare how it sounds like. I'm swapping now to 150. So this is 150 Hertz. Again, I just talk nonsense so that you can compare the sound. I believe the best is that you put headphones on and compare the different audio files here. So here we are. You were able to compare now the different audio qualities. I personally think if you are only doing vlogging and you're having your camera always close to your face, you're most likely fine with only using the VideoMicro. Yet, if you are like me, and you know I'm a musician as well, I'm very picky with the sound, I most likely go with the NTG. In addition, I love the versatility that you can connect it via USB and you use it as a podcast mic. I really like this actually, and the sound quality evidently is much better than the VideoMicro. I will still keep both. I think for some occasions I will still use a small microphone, but I can see myself using from now on, in most of the cases, the NTG. So I hope you liked the video and the review, and I would be happy if you just subscribe. Some more videos are coming up. I will also do a small video very soon about my my loved Nikon Z6 and the Nikon 200 to 500 5.6e. Yeah, thank you for watching and see you soon.